Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning, ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Today again we will continue with Python. Okay, so only two topics left in the previous chapter, that is the different modes. So what are the two modes in Python in order to write the program? What are the two different modes? Atul?
You can write on the left side or on the right side.
What is that left side is called as? And what is the right side is called as?
I don't know, ma'am.
The left side is called as the script mode. The left side is called as script mode and the right side is called as console mode. Okay. So after a long time, I am seeing Abdul KK smiling. Anyway, so this is the left side. So this is called the scripting mode. And this side is called console mode. Console mode. This is the console mode. This is the script mode. Okay. So what is the specialty of this script mode is that you can save the program with an extension .py. The entire code can be written in this side and you can take it as a new file and you can write the entire code in the left side. And as fully the entire program will be executed. That is specialty of the script mode. And console mode, write line by line. That is you write one statement, execute it. Then next statement, execute it. Line by line execution. So let's write here, print. So you're not saving it. Print. Hello. So that time itself, we will get the result. That is speciality of console mode. Left side, we can save it for later use. We can save it as .py file. So the extension of Python files are .py, Python.py. Okay. And this console window, this window is console mode. The mode is called interactive mode. Okay, the window is called console window and the mode is called interactive mode. And the other mode is called scripting mode. Scripting mode and interactive. Okay, these are the two things you have to study in that previous chapter. Now we'll start with Python fundamentals. Okay, and you know already what is a keyword, tokens, etc., etc. So I will show you the slide, and you can just revise. We'll start with yes, Atul KK. We can read, Atul.
It's taking some time to load, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay.
Python is a high-level interpreted and general-purpose dynamic programming language that focuses on code readability. The syntax in Python helps the programmers to do coding in fewer steps as compared to Java or C++.
So here is the advantage. Syntax is general format of Python is fewer steps as compared to Java or C++. Continue.
Character set. Character set is a bunch of identifying elements in the programming language.
So what is character set? Aditya Raj?
Ma'am, it is a bunch of identifying elements in a programming language.
Okay, continue, Atul. Next page.
Python characters. Letters capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, digits 0 to 9, special symbols, white spaces, and other characters.
Okay, these are the different Python character set. Continue.
What is token? Individual elements that are identified by programming language are called tokens or lexical units.
So another name of token is lexical unit. Do you know? Yes. Types of tokens.
Types of tokens: keywords, identifiers, literals, operators, and punctuators.
Dia, what are the different tokens?
Keywords, identifiers, literals, punctuators, constants.
So you can see in these keywords, all the keywords except two are small letters. So you see, there are two keywords which are false, true, and none. These three keywords starting with a capital letter. Rest of all the keywords starting with a small letter. Not everything. Full keywords are small letters. Now, Dia, continue.
Identifiers. What is an identifier? A Python identifier is a name given to a function, class, variable, module, or other objects that you'll be using in your Python program. In short, it is a name appeared in the program. For example, A, B, C. A, B, and C are the identifiers, and A, B, and C are the tokens.
Continue. Continue.
Python naming conventions. What are the Python naming conventions? An identifier can be a combination of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, underscores, and digits. Hence, the following are valid identifiers: my class, my variable, var1, and print hello world.
Yes. Arjun, you can continue reading.
Python is a case-sensitive language, and this behavior extends to identifiers. Thus, labor and labor are two distinct identifiers in Python. You cannot use Python keywords as identifiers.
7th point. Yes. Continue.
You cannot use Python keywords as identifiers. You can use underscores to separate multiple words in your identifier.
Okay. So, Arjun, tell me what are the different identifier naming rules?
We cannot use Python keywords as identifiers.
Hmm.
We can use underscores to separate multiple words.
Hmm.
Then
You can't use special characters inside identifier names. It should not contain a space in between. Okay. So these are the different valid identifiers, invalid. Why this is actually this? Why it is invalid identifier? Because hyphen, keyword, starting with number, keyword, keyword. All right. Continue. Arjun.
what is literals? Literals are also called as constants or constant values. These are the values which never change during the execution of program. What are the types of literals? First is string literals or constants. Second, numeric literals or constants. Third is Boolean literals or constants. Fourth, special literal none. Fifth is literal collections.
This is the one I told you before. So, Gauri, what are the different types of literals?
String literals, numeric literals, Boolean literals, special literal, non-literal collections.
Okay. Gauri, you can continue reading.
What is string? Sequence of letters enclosed in quotes
Turn
is
on your
called
video.
string.
Turn on your video.
Sequence of letters enclosed in quotes is called string or string literal or constant. Python supports both form of quotes, that is hello in single quotes and hello in
Yes.
representation of string. S is equal to hello Python. This is how Python would index the string.
So there are two types of indexing. One is forward and another one is backward. Forward indexing starts with 0. Backward indexing starts with -1. All right. I have taught you this, right?
Yes, ma'am. Forward we saw.
Okay. So if it is like S of -2, what will be the answer? Oh, all right. S of 10. Oh, it's a, so
Oh,
it has two indexes, integers. One is forward and another one is backward. Okay. This is what we have seen just now.
Representation of string.
Mm.
Ma'am, should I read?
No. See, if you want to retrieve the last character, if you don't know which is that character, you're asking the user enter a string. So user may enter any string. If you want to find the last character, you can use this thing, that is S of len of s. Len is a function which is inbuilt to find the length of the string. So len of s means in this particular thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is the length of the string. But the index starts with 0. So the last item will be having the value 12 minus 1. That is limit. That is what this particular line is being written. Okay, clear? This also I have told you. All right. Gauri, you can read.
The expression introduces you to the len function. Ma'am, actually, it's loading, ma'am. I can't see the screen properly.
Is that all right now? Now? What's about now?
Types of string.
Yes, types of strings.
What are the types of strings supported in Python? Python supports two ways of representation of string. First one, single line string. Second one, multi-line strings.
So what are the different types of strings, Aditya Raj?
Ma'am, single line string and multi-line string.
Now you continue.
Single line strings. Strings are created using single quotes or double quotes and must end in one line and are called single line strings. For example, item equal to computer in double quotes or item equal to computer in single quotes. Multi-line strings. Strings created using single quotes or double quotes and spread across multiple lines are called multi-line strings. By adding backslash, one can continue to type on next line. For instance, item equal to single quotes key, then backslash, then board, single quotes.
Okay, so if you want to write in a single line, then you can directly write keyboard. If you want to write in multiple lines, you have to add a slash. Then you write. If you are not adding slash and you are continuing in the next line, Python will give you an error message. Okay. Size of string. What is the size of the string?
Size of
What is the size of the string? How the size became 1? The reason is very clear here. The slash is escape sequence. So it won't be counted. If you want to find the length of this string, keyboard, what is the length? It won't count the slash. Okay, because it's an escape character, escape sequence. Here size is 3, here size is 2 only because slash is an escape sequence. 13 only because slash is again an escape sequence. The slash should not be counted, but you have to count the space. Space is a character. Now, continue.
string with triple quotes. For multi-line strings created by triple quotes, while calculating size, the EOL end of line character at the end of the line is also counted. For instance, string 2 equal to triple quotes X, then Y, then Z triple quote.
Okay, so here there are triple quotes. So we have seen while you write comment, multi-line comments can be written using triple quotes, isn't it? The triple quote strings are also called as doc strings. If you're starting with a triple quote, you don't have to put a slash. Backslash is not required. By default, enter key is considered as the end of the line. EOL means end of line. Enter key is considered as the EOL. So even though we have written only X, Y, Z, if you find the length of the string, it will give you an answer as 5 because X, then an EOL, that is the enter key. So enter key is a character. So that will be counted. Then Y, enter key. So enter key is another character, then Z. Understood? This also we have seen escape sequences. If you want to add a double quotes, slash double quotes. If you want to add a single quote, slash single quote. If you want to add a backslash in your string, you can add 2 slashes. Emmanuel, what is the size of the string?
Eh?
What is the size of the first one?
Can you say once more?
What is the size of the first string? The backslash.
Backslash.
Oh. Hello, what is the size?
1.
How 1? Why can't it be 2?
1.
Why 1?
There is only one backslash.
2 backslashes I can see.
First one backslash. 1. Say. It's closed in.
Closed in quotes.
Single.
Yes. Single quotes.
Only
Yeah. You're right.
space is counted.
Since slash is a once, if you are writing one slash,
One
then it is
black will
the other backslash is considered as escape sequence. That is why you are right. The length of the string is, sorry, the length of the string is 1. Here the length of string is 1.
only black is counted.
Yes. Here the length of the string is 1. Okay. New line. You have to study on carrier return. This is again a enter key, like an enter key. We never use this enter key, /r, /t, horizontal tab, /n, new line. Yes, Emmanuel, you can continue. Emmanuel.
Yes.
Read.
No. Numerical literals. Numerical letters
Turn on your video.
have the following types: int or integers, whole numbers, float, real values, complex numbers.
What is the general format of the complex number, Emmanuel? Hello. Emmanuel, do you know? He left. Wonderful. Dia, what is the general
Int or
format?
integers, float, complex.
Okay, Dia, tell me what is the general format of a complex number?
A plus IB.
A plus A. Okay, very good. So A is the real part and B is the imaginary part. But when you write in Python, it is written as A plus JB. Instead of I, you have to use J. That is the only thing you have to do. Or you can write A plus BJ. Instead of I, we have to use J, complex numbers. Okay, continue. Dia.
Integer literals or constants. Decimal integer literals. Any whole number, positive or negative. Octal integer literals. A sequence of digits starting with 00 digit 0 followed by letter
It's not 0, 0.
0
0, O.
It is taken to be an octal integer literal. Hexadecimal integer literals. Sequence of digits preceded by OX or 0x is hexadecimal integer literals.
See, this one is, what is an octal number? What is a decimal number? Decimal number is, we can use 10 numbers, 10 digits to represent a value. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 digits can be used to represent any number. That is why it is called as decimal number system, isn't it? We have another number system that is called as octal number system, binary number system, and hexadecimal number system. So what is a binary number system? We can use only 2 digits to represent anything, that is 0 and 1. Okay, binary. Octal means we can use 8 digits. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0 to 7. And hexadecimal means you can use 16 values. Hexadecimal 16, 0 to 15. If you simply write 7 in your Python program, it will consider it as a decimal value, decimal number. If you want to represent it as an octal value, you have to write 0, then O. O stands for, we are going to write an octal value. Then few more things. Who was reading? Dia, continue.
Float point literals are constants. Floating point literals are called as real literals having fraction part. These may be written in one of the two forms. First one, fraction form. For example, 15.75. Exponent form. It consists of two parts, mantissa and exponent. For example, 5.8 can be represented as 0.58 into 10 raised to minus 1. That is equal to 0.58 E01, where mantissa part is 0.58 and E01 is the exponent.
Okay, so this one I have told you already, isn't it? Fractional form. We will write 15.75, 3.14. That's called fractional. Exponent form means if you can't represent the value fully. So like in calculator, we can see with a E, 10 raised to minus 1. So the representation of the value will be in this way. And this is called as mantissa. The exponent part is called as exponent, mantissa and exponent. So actually this topic you will be studying again in 12th standard. So it's not that much important in 11th standard. You have to study only fractional form. Since it's given in the slide, I just told you. Okay. Almost time, I guess. We'll complete the literals. Boolean literal, do you know? There are only two values and the values are true, T should be capital, F should be capital. True or false. All right. Last one is non-literal. There is a special literal that is called as none. Nothing. None. Like our in SQL, you have a thing called null. The same thing here, it is known as none. All right. The collection you don't have to study. Then operator we'll see in the next class. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.